Selections from the complete works of Swami Vivekananda, Part 18, The Atman, delivered in America. Section 2. The dualist sect in India are great vegetarians, great preachers of non-killing of animals. But their idea about it is quite different from that of the Buddhist. If you ask a Buddhist, why do you preach against killing any animal, he will answer, we have no right to take any life. And if you ask a dualist, why do you not kill any animal, he says, because it is the Lord's. So the dualist says that this me and mine is to be applied to God and God alone. He is the only me and everything is his. When a man has come to the state when he has no me and mine, when everything is given up to the Lord, when he loves everybody and is ready even to give up his life for an animal without any desire for reward, then his heart will be purified. And when the heart has been purified, into that heart will come the love of God. God is the center of attraction for every soul. And the dualist says a needle covered up with clay will not be attracted by a magnet, but as soon as the clay is washed off, it will be attracted. God is the magnet and human soul is the needle, and its evil works the dirt and dust that cover it. As soon as the soul is pure, it will be by natural attraction come to God and remain with Him forever, but remain eternally separate. The perfected soul, if it wishes, can take any form. It is able to take 100 bodies, if it wishes, or have none at all, if it so desires. It becomes almost almighty, except that it cannot create. That power belongs to God alone. None, however perfect, can manage the affairs of the universe. That function belongs to God. But all souls, when they become perfect, become happy forever and live eternally with God. This is the dualistic statement. One other idea the dualists preach. They protest against the idea of praying to God, Lord, give me this and give me that. They think that should not be done. If a man must ask some material gift, he should ask inferior beings for it. Ask one of these gods or angels or a perfected being for temporal things. God is only to be loved. It is almost a blasphemy to pray to God, Lord, give me this and give me that. According to the dualist, therefore, what a man wants, he will get sooner or later by praying to one of the gods. But if he wants salvation, he must worship God. This is the religion of the masses of India. The real Vedanta philosophy begins with those known as the qualified non-dualist. They make the statement that the effect is never different from the cause. The effect is but the cause reproduced in another form. If the universe is the effect and God the cause, it must be God Himself. It cannot be anything but that. They start with the assertion that God is both the efficient and the material cause of the universe, that He Himself is the creator and He Himself is the material out of which the whole of nature is projected. The word creation in your language has no equivalent in Sanskrit because there is no sect in India which believes in creation, as it is regarded in the West as something coming out of nothing. It seems that at one time there were a few that had some such idea, but they were quickly silenced. At the present time, I do not know of any sect that believes this. What we mean by creation is projection of that which is already existing. Now, the whole universe, according to this sect, is God Himself. He is the material of the universe. We read in Vedas as the Urna Nabi, the spider spins the thread out of its own body, even so the whole universe has come out of that being. If the effect is the cause reproduced, and the question is, how is it that we find this material, dull, unintelligent universe produced from a God who is not material, but who is eternal intelligence? How, if the cause is pure and perfect, can the effect be quite different? What do these qualified non-dualists say? Theirs is a very peculiar theory. They say that these three existences, God, nature and the soul, are one. God is as it were the soul and nature and souls are the body of God. Just as I have a body and I have a soul, so the whole universe and all souls are the body of God, and God is the soul of souls. Thus, God is the material cause of the universe. The body may be changed, may be young or old, strong or weak, but that does not affect the soul at all. It is the same eternal existence manifesting through the body. Bodies come and go, but the soul does not change. Even so, the whole universe is the body of God, and in that sense, it is God. But the change in the universe does not affect God. Out of this material, he creates the universe, and at the end of a cycle, his body becomes finer, it contracts. At the beginning of another cycle, it becomes expanded again, and out of it evolve all these different worlds. Now, both the dualist and the qualified non dualist admit that the soul is by its nature pure, but through its own deeds, it becomes impure. The qualified non-dualist express it more beautifully than the dualist by saying that the soul's purity and perfection become contracted and again become manifest. And what we are now trying to do is to remanifest the intelligence, the purity, the power which is natural to the soul. Souls have a multitude of qualities, but not that of almightiness or all-knowingness. Every wicked deed contracts the nature of the soul, and every good deed expands it. And these souls are all parts of God. As from a blazing fire fly millions of sparks of the same nature, even so from this infinite being, God, these souls have come. Each has the same goal. The God of qualified non-dualist is also a personal God, the repository of an infinite number of blessed qualities. Only He is interpenetrating everything in the universe. He is immanent in everything and everywhere. And when the scriptures say that God is everything, it means that God is interpenetrating everything. Not that God has become the wall, but that God is in the wall. There is not a particle, not an atom in the universe where He is not. Souls are all limited, they are not omnipresent. When they get expansion of their powers and become perfect, there is no more birth and death for them. They live with God forever. Now we come to Advaitism, the last and what we think the fairest flower of philosophy and religion that any country in any age has produced, where human thought attains its highest expression and even goes beyond the mystery which seems to be impenetrable. This is the non-dualistic Vedantism. It is so abstruse to elevated to be the religion of the masses. Even in India, its birthplace, where it has been ruling supreme for the last 3000 years, it has not been able to permeate the masses. As we go on, we shall find that it is difficult for even the most thoughtful man and woman in any country to understand Advaitism. We have made ourselves so weak. We have made ourselves so low. We may make great claims, but naturally we want to learn on somebody else. We are like little weak plants, always wanting a support. How many times I have been asked for a comfortable religion? Very few men ask for the truth. Fewer still dare to learn the truth, and fewest of all dare to follow it in all its practical bearings. It is not their fault, it is all weakness of the brain. Any new thought, especially of a high kind, creates a disturbance, tries to make a new channel, as it were, in the brain matter, and that unhinges the system, throws men off their balance. They are used to certain surroundings and have to overcome a huge mass of ancient superstition, ancestral superstition, class superstition, city superstition, country superstition, and behind all, the vast mass of superstition that is innate in every human being. Yet there are a few brave souls in the world who dare to conceive the truth, who dare to take it up, and who dare to follow it to the end. What does the Advaitist declare? He says if there is a God, that God must be both material and the efficient cause of the universe. Not only is He the creator, but He is also the created. He Himself is this universe. How can that be? God, the pure, the Spirit, has become the universe. Yes, Apparently so. That which all ignorant people see as the universe does not really exist. What are you and I and all these things we see? Mere self hypnotism. There is but one existence, the infinite, the ever blessed one. In that existence, we dream all these various dreams. It is the Atman beyond all, the infinite, beyond the known, beyond the knowable, in and through that we see the universe. It is the only reality. It is this table, it is the audience before me, it is a wall, it is everything minus the name and form. Take away the form of the table, take away the name, what remains is it. The Vedantist does not call it either he or she. These are fictions, delusions of the human brain. There is no sex in the soul. People who are under illusion, who have become like animals, see a woman or a man. Living gods do not see men or women. How can they, who are beyond everything, have any such idea? Everyone and everything is the Atman, the Self, the sexless, the pure, the ever blessed. It is the name, the form, the body which are material, and they make all this difference. If you take away these two differences of name and form, the whole universe is one. There are no two, but one everywhere. You and I are one. There is neither nature nor God nor the universe, only that one infinite existence, out of which, through name and form, all these are manufactured. How to know the knower? It cannot be known. How can you see your own self? You can only reflect yourself. So, all this universe is a reflection of that one eternal being, the Atman. And as the reflection falls upon good or bad reflectors, so good or bad reflection images are cast up. Thus, in the murderer, the reflector is a bad and not the self. In the saint, the reflector is pure. The self, the Atman, is by its own nature pure. It is the same, the one existence of the universe that is reflecting itself from the lowest worm to the highest and most perfect being. The whole of this universe is one unity, one existence, physically, mentally, morally, and spiritually. We are looking upon this one existence in different forms and creating all these images upon it. To the being who has limited himself to the condition of man, it appears as the world of man. To the being who is on a higher plane of existence, it may seem like heaven. There, in but one soul, is a universe, not two. It neither comes nor goes. It is neither born nor dies, nor reincarnates. How can it die? Where can it go? All these heavens, all these earths, and all these places are vain imaginations of the mind. They do not exist, never existed in the past, and never will exist in the future.